Hello everybody and welcome back to the Time of the Whovians United. Today we are reviewing episode 6, Praxeus. As always, you've got me, Corey, George and Farren, but today, for the first time so far, we have a returning guest. So, returning mystery guest, reveal yourself.
It's me, the Confused Adipose.
Okay, so Confused Adipose, you've already talked about your channel. Just do it again very, very quickly so any new viewers get to know who you are.
Basically, I make lots of Doctor Who content. I try and do it as quick as possible after the episodes or news is broken. So all the updates and news, that's where my channel's at.
Fantastic. Okay, let's get into this review straight away. So, Confused Adipose, lead the way. What's your initial thoughts?
Well, I thought, although it didn't do much with the story, it was just quite a nice run-of-the-mill episode. Definitely better than others from Series 11 and Orphan 55, I think. But overall, it didn't do much for me, and it will be forgotten relatively easily. So, yeah, those are my initial thoughts.
Interesting. So, George, how do you feel?
I enjoyed it as an episode. I had a lot of fun watching it. I don't know what to say, really, with initial thoughts. I had fun, but that's the thing. Obviously, in the next few days, as I realise, I'm more critical after an episode. And when, obviously, straight after, I'm not really. I'm just, like, rambling with not much sense. But, like, obviously, I enjoy Love and Monsters, but, like, critically, it's bad. But I enjoyed this episode, but we have to wait and see.
George, are you high again? We can't have a repeat of last week.
That's always a possibility.
We can't have a repeat of last week. Please make sure you can get some actual thoughts together for this review, please. Farren, are you any different?
I didn't like it. Gonna be completely honest. Didn't like it. I feel like now every Chibnall era story to me is just either mediocre or just plain terrible, and this was like slap bang in the middle of being mediocre and terrible. From a writing point of view, a lot of the dialogue, it was just terrible, and at points the episode to me didn't really make sense. I didn't really know what was happening. It was a bit difficult to follow, if I'm being honest. It was a bit boring in parts. I thought the vlogger girl was just really annoying. She really got on my nerves. But yeah, I just didn't enjoy it. I was like, this is just, no, I don't like this. I don't know, I just didn't like it.
Fair enough. Okay. So I'm a bit more closer to George. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I felt that the issue itself was handled better than Orphan 55, rather than inserting at the end. We got the issue towards the middle, and it kind of panned out towards the end, so we got a bit more of a feel for the issue, and it wasn't just stuck on the end, and we kind of understood it, and it wasn't really in your face. It was just there as the underlying reason for the events that was happening, and we kind of understood that was what the cause was, and it was completely fine. Pacing, I thought was all right. I think it was paced all right. I don't think I didn't feel bored at all. It didn't feel really fast-paced or slow-paced, maybe towards the middle a little bit, but I think overall it felt all right. So, yeah, to sum up, I enjoyed it. So, moving on to characters and villains. Confused Adipose, what do you think?
Yeah, now, I don't know if this is controversial or whatever, but I'm really actually starting to enjoy Jodie's performance, and I think she is doing the humour a lot more subtle than she did for Series 11, which is making her, like, a really good character. And with Graham, Ryan and Yaz, I think I'm properly enjoying them again, but they're never given anything to do. And even in this episode, they did have small tasks, but there's too many random characters joining them on these adventures, and it sort of takes away from their character development. But the one thing with characters in this episode, I felt like the TARDIS team were really complete, and they knew exactly what they were doing, which will inevitably end up being almost like Clara's death, where they're too sure of themselves, and then one of them is going to just die in a later adventure of this series, I think.
Fair enough. All right, George, what would you say on the characters and villains?
I'm gonna say Graham's one-liners. Me and my mum were just laughing. We're just like, when he had his phone.
They were the best. I really enjoyed that.
Yes, absolutely.
And obviously when he said, "Oh, you shouldn't call your new gang the Three Idiots," I was like, that was great.
Yeah, 3 idiots rhyming. I like that.
That's a good one.
I know Farren, he said on the call he doesn't, well, actually I'm going to let him say it himself, but I liked the vlogger girl. I don't know her name, I'm just going to say what she is, a vlogger girl.
Gabrielle.
No, George, no!
Gabrielle, I think it was. Gabrielle.
I
How do you
enjoy.
remember their names? They're
Listen-
the most forgettable
No,
side
listen,
characters.
Corey
listen,
is
right.
weird.
There are some names I can't remember, but for some reason I do know hers. Continue anyway. Continue.
I do think the Doctor was annoying at the beginning, but I got used to her. I don't think the science people that actually turns bad. I don't really. Sorry, I'm high.
As always.
Go on.
You didn't really get a chance to
Oh,
get
God.
invested for those characters, really, than the other side characters. So I didn't really care if they died or not. Like the black guy who was died on the beach, like, fair enough. Why should I like him? But my last fault is Yaz got some character development.
Did she though?
Yes. And she stand up to the Doctor. I was like, when I watched it, I was like, yes. Again, I'm high and I'm excited. I love Doctor Who.
Okay, I'm very confused. What character development? Did I miss something? God.
Wait your turn, Farren. We'll let you rip it.
Okay,
it's
I'm
your
going to rip
turn.
into Yaz.
George,
I'm
George,
going to rip
wrap
the
up,
piece
please.
of paper in half.
Yes, George, please wrap up so Farren can get his time to rip up Yaz.
God.
Yeah, I liked
Yes.
her. She stand up to the Doctor, like she actually, like, instead of like being a yes man and following the Doctor around, she actually like said, "No, I'm gonna go do this, and you can't tell me what to do." All right, middle finger, Doctor, and she just runs off and does her own thing. So yeah, but Farren doesn't know that because he was blind most of the episode. Oh,
I'm blind to the duel. Oxygen reference for you there.
Oh, yes. No, all right, Farren, rip away. Rip away,
Yes,
Farren.
my turn. Anyway, okay, so too many side characters. Just like, I swear to God, this series, like, why are there so many side characters? In every single episode, there's at least 2 side characters or more. And, like, it's just like a whole ensemble cast. And, like, sometimes that could be a good thing. Like, Under the Lake Before the Flood, that worked because it made sense because it was a crew of people. But I really want a story of just Jodie and the companions because that would be really interesting to see. Because we very rarely see them just by themselves. And I really want to see that. I get it's Doctor Who. I get you need to have side characters. But, like, don't do it every week, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, now, Yaz, I don't understand why you think she had character development. And I'm purely talking... I wouldn't be talking about it unless you said, oh, yeah, she had character development. If you hadn't have said that, I wouldn't be here talking about her. But what did she do? She thought she found an alien ship, and then she didn't. Oh well. Great character development. I'm not sure. But like, the vlogger girl was just so. She was such a dick. She was so obnoxious. I'm sorry, but she was. Like, I know you might want to keep this PG, but she was. But anyway, she was just so obnoxious. Like, how do you not know me from my vlogs? I was like, shut up. But seriously, like, she's so obnoxious and annoying, and I don't know why they even tolerated her. I would have thrown her out of the TARDIS. But yeah, again, I liked Graham's one-liners. I realised that I haven't talked about Jodie because it's more of the same. Like, I mean, I thought she was getting more serious this series, but like, when somebody's life is on the line, she's making jokes, and I don't really understand that. I mean, sure, that's quite, I guess, did Matt Smith ever do that? I was trying to think of times where, like, Matt Smith or David Tennant might have done that, but I don't really recall any, unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but like, she's making jokes while these people are literally dying, and I didn't really understand that. I mean, I like the astronaut and his husband. I liked them. They were good additions, but they were probably the only good part of the cast, in my opinion.
agreed.
Yeah, just I don't know. Just I'm very disappointed by the story. In case you couldn't tell.
You know what? That's all right,
Yeah.
Farren. That's
Yeah.
okay. I think the only time Tennant or Matt has only ever made any form of comedy, I think it's probably when they're trying to convince somebody they're not in danger when they clearly are in danger. That's probably
Yeah, I
the
guess, but that
kind
didn't
of
really
think
come
of.
across as like
No,
what Jodie was doing.
that's
Like,
it.
especially,
No,
I mean, once again, I go back to Midnight because it's a almost perfect story. But like, the Doctor's in a serious situation, and he's serious. He's
he
like,
is, yeah.
listen, we
Yeah.
could all die at any moment, so I just need you all to stay calm. He's not making jokes. He's trying to learn as much as he can. I mean, sure, there's
Yeah.
that line about, "Oh, Doctor, you're so handsome." Why, thank you. Yes, I am. But yeah, that's it. Apart
That's
from that,
fair. That is
and
very
that's
fair.
him trying to learn. So
Yeah.
you can give him that. We'll let it slide.
Yeah, that's
but
all
yeah,
right.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
fine.
It
So
just didn't make sense.
yeah. So as we've already said before, I think Doctor getting better and better every week. I'd say. It feels quite consistent the way her character is at the moment. I definitely think she's getting better and better. However, I do kind of feel like she's got an obsession, a big obsession with the character in Spyfall Part 1 and 2, who got revealed to be the Master. Because, all the time. All the time. Oh, no, but
Not
no,
Benny, please.
I just noticed she keeps saying "oh" all the time. Whenever she thinks something, "oh," every single time. But no, I am enjoying her character. It is becoming more consistent and it's getting better. As we said, Yaz, I think it was a bit better. As in terms of involvement, she had more to do. She actually took it upon herself to try and be responsible and do things, and she did that. Obviously, she didn't do what she thought she did, but at least she tried, and she actually did the thing she thought she did, nearly. Jake and his husband, I felt a bit of an emotion in there, kind of felt a bit of feeling towards them. The villain itself, it was there. It was not really a villain. It was more of the people from that planet trying to save themselves by using another planet as a petri dish to try and figure out the cure. But that was cool. So there wasn't really a villain. But I am going to talk about another character in my random section. Okay. So, random section, Confused Adipose.
I really have any of you seen the Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds? Because
I've seen clips, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, but
No,
I
sorry.
did think
that
I
same.
haven't seen it. I've heard about it, and I did think to myself, this is very similar to that.
yeah,
I know of the guy, but I've never seen many of his films, I don't think. But
yeah,
go on.
because that was all that was running through my head at the start. Because it is literally just big swarms of birds go and eat people. So
All right.
I don't know whether this was like
Makes sense.
a reference to that or if it was just But
Maybe.
yeah, that's my random thought of the episode, basically.
All right, cool. That's a cool little thing there. All right, George, anything else random to say?
Quite random. I'm doing it quick. We had this on call. This is a better version of Orphan 55, definitely. Obviously comparing it to the Doctor saving the guy at the very end rather than Orphan 55, where he's just like, yeah, they're fine, you know, whatever. They can kill these PlayStation 2 villains.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I like the design of obviously Farren says like the Tim Shaw design when they're about to get infected and die and blow up. I loved the design. Other than that, no. I let Farren say his random thoughts.
Yes, random
Okay.
thought, Farren.
George, I feel like most of your sections are just saying, I'll let Farren talk about this.
Yeah. Yes, I mean...
And so you should. No.
To be fair, you are after George, so he's kind of got that right.
I guess.
He does have the
but, like,
rights to do that.
I have opinions. Anyway, so I actually made notes throughout this episode. I was so frustrated with it that I made notes. Okay, so first of all, I don't like how the characters just say how they're feeling / what they're thinking.
Oh yeah, I get that quite a lot.
A part that comes to mind is the Doctor going, "Oh, we've landed." I was like, yeah, it's not like we've heard that sound every time the TARDIS has landed for the past 54 years. Bloody hell.
Show not tell.
Show don't tell. Like, clearly. And there were some moments where like the characters just say how they're feeling, like, this is so scary, Doctor. And I'm like, you could have shown that through a facial expression. It felt like George Lucas wrote this. Anyway,
No, Farren, these guys are geniuses. They went to university and all that. Shut up, Farren. These are geniuses. They know what they're doing.
such genius writers. God, I'm not saying I can write better than them, but that, come on, like, you can
Come
do
on, then.
better than this, Chibnall.
Get on track, Farren. Get back
okay.
on track.
Sometimes I think that writers forget that the Doctor has a time machine. Like, for example, the Doctor's like, because it's when it's at the very start where Yaz is like, "Oh, Doctor, we found this thing," and the Doctor's like, "We don't have time for that," and I'm like, "You have a time machine." I was like, this doesn't make any sense. It's like in Back to the Future where Doc Brown's always rushing. Like, why is he always in such a rush? He has a time machine. Yeah, that was just a bit stupid. Also, this is just completely random. Have any of you seen Shaun of the Dead?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. There's a ringtone that is Ed's ringtone from Shaun of the Dead in this episode. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know if
Cool.
that was intentional, but it's the exact same ringtone. But yeah, those are my just random thoughts. There you go.
The twist with the science lady, I didn't see that coming. Like, I didn't even see that she would be the villain. Big twist. I was quite surprised, actually. I thought that was pretty good because they kept that pretty quiet, and then they just turned and went, "Oh, it's her." I was actually quite surprised. The cinematography, I thought was pretty good. The effects, the music, the lighting, and everything. I thought it was actually pretty.
Yes, I meant to mention the cinematography. It was really
Yeah.
good. It was really
I thought
good
it was
this
really
week.
good.
Yeah.
And I actually felt quite pleased that at the end the Doctor could save Jake at the last moment. Obviously, she didn't do that in Orphan 55, but she actually did something really good. Like, actually tried to save him, and it worked. And I enjoyed that because him and his husband got back together again, rather than one dying and one living with that pain. So that was pretty good. So yeah, that was pretty much all I've really got to say for my random section. So now it is time for our favourite part of our reviews. So everybody, please, together, it's time for the cringe of the week. Right then,
Yay!
Confused Adipose. Any cringe moments today? Any at all?
Yes. There's one, just almost talking about the visuals a minute ago. There's one shot where Jodie is stood in the TARDIS, and I don't know if it was just unfinished and slipped through the editing, but I'm pretty sure if, like, on rewatch, I'll be clearer on it, but that it looks so ropey because she's sort of lit completely wrong and standing in the TARDIS, and yeah, that is just awful. But I can't say specifically when it was.
I kind of got the feel when she was standing in the TARDIS. Was it in China? There was obviously going to be a backdrop of the TARDIS when standing outside, but it looked a bit quite obvious that there was a backdrop of the TARDIS.
It was the bit
outside.
where Yaz was standing up for herself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it kind of looked for me
bit.
like, obviously there's going to be a backdrop inside the TARDIS because but it kind of looked quite a lot more obvious.
Yeah, it was like really. I don't know if that was just me, but I felt it really stood out and almost took me out of the episode for a minute.
All right, so George, any cringy moments from you?
I was gonna avoid this, but it's just in the trailer, and I just don't know. I don't like how Jodie acted in the scene. It was just really irritating when her first line is "Need help? Need some help over here." It's like, oh.
To be fair, yeah.
It's so irritating that I just want to claw onto my face where blood comes out. It's like, oh, it's, dude. Oh.
All right, calm down.
I'll admit, yeah, her voice is kind of a bit weird in that scene, a little bit weird, yeah.
I do think it's just what Farren says. It's like show not tell with some stuff. Or like Ryan's like to Yaz, like when Yaz is upset, it's like, "Oh, I did it wrong. Oh, I thought it was an alien planet. Oh man."
Yeah, she felt like a whiny child in that scene. It was just weird.
But yeah, that's my cringe of the week.
So Farren, anything cringy from you?
Gotta be honest, no, it was more just the bad dialogue from me this week. There's a lot of bad dialogue, and I said it before, but that's more of a critical thing in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it was kind of cringy, but yeah, I don't know. It was just bad dialogue. It was just terrible. I didn't like it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm very enthusiastic about the fact that I don't like it.
Yeah, for me, I'm kind of struggling. There was a couple of things here and there that I thought, maybe that could be it, but then kind of forgot it. The first one that came to mind when Yaz held that thing, and she's like, "Oh, hesitation. That means this is important." I just felt that sort of vibe. I don't know. That's just the way she said it.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
Like, oh, hesitation. Does that mean this is important, right?
That was,
okay.
again, one of
know.
the things where I was like, I don't like how the characters say what they're thinking. She could have
Yeah.
just looked at them and gone, like, oh, this must be important. Or, like, or even
Yeah.
said nothing. She could have just looked at it and been like, okay.
Yep. So, yeah, and then, obviously, it is quite funny. It's when Graham goes to Ryan. I'm glad you don't know what this means, because nor do I, sort of thing.
Oh, yeah,
the
pathogen.
I don't
I'm like, how do you not know what pathogen means? I'm very confused. I thought that was just
I
common
used
knowledge.
to know back in school,
Yeah.
but I forgot
I
about
thought
it.
that was just common knowledge. Like,
I don't know. But no, I didn't really think of any. There's not been very many standout cringy moments recently, past Benny, really. Nothing really strong. Nothing really strong of that level. So, right, we'll do a run through again, and I'll let Farren do his bit. So we had part one. So part one, we had Snap. Part two was Graham's laser shoes. And Orphan 55 was Benny. Sorry.
Basket.
Tesla. Tesla was.
oh yeah, the basket.
Was Yaz tipping over the bread basket to try and stop the ski thrower. And then last week's. What did we say last week?
I don't think it was that important, really.
I don't think we said anything much last week. And then this week.
We need to write this down.
We do.
Yeah.
I do that
really
now.
Cringy. Perhaps this is probably a sign that the Doctor and the cast aren't being cringy anymore, and they're actually becoming less.
I bet
cringy.
next week there'll be like a ton of cringy moments. Like, never mind.
Perhaps. All right. Well, okay then. So we'll move on then to the most important part of this review. So, did it fail? So, Confused Adipose, fail or no fail?
No. In my opinion, it didn't fail. It didn't succeed by any means. It was just sort of slap bang in the middle with, it will be forgotten, but it wasn't horrendous, and it won't go down in history like Orphan 55 as a train wreck. So, I think it didn't fail.
All right then, George, fail or no fail?
For right now, as initial thoughts, I would say no. I enjoyed it. That's it. But when we're in our aftermath, I would be very different. But it was fun. It was fun. I think I can sit down and watch it again. I do think Nikola Tesla one is the best one of the series so far.
Okay then, Farren, fail or no fail, or is that a stupid question?
Probably, I don't know. Of course it's a fail. Imagine if I'd surprised you and just gone, it didn't fail. I thought it was brilliant. No.
We're back again. We ruined the strike. The streak.
You've ruined it, Farren. You've ruined it.
All right.
Don't Farren's fault.
I'm sorry that I have my own opinion, but I just didn't like it. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I really didn't like it. I really didn't enjoy it. Just, very disappointed.
All right. Yeah, no worries. That's okay. And then for me, no, I don't think it. It didn't fail for me. I enjoyed it. I think the message was portrayed better. Overall, I thought it was a better episode compared to Orphan 55. So I think it did not fail. So this week, this episode Praxeus overall did not fail, with 3 no fails and the 1 fail.
Damn
There
it.
you go. Damn.
Damn it.
Right. It is the end of it's the end of the review. I want to take my time to make sure I get this bit right, because last week it kind of went a bit wrong. We've got a bit more time, so I can take my time. So guys, if you like this video, please go and give us a like. Okay? Use that comment section to tell us your thoughts. Did you like the episode? Did it fail? Did it not fail? What was your main thoughts on it? Let us know down in the comments below. Have a great discussion, nice and friendly, and tell us what you thought overall, so we can interact with you. Before we end this review, if you've not subscribed to The Confused Adipose, please go and check out his channel. He's got a lot of great videos on there, so please go and do that for us. Can everybody please say a nice big thank you for The Confused Adipose?
Thank you, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks, guys,
Thank you, mate.
and
Thank you
thanks
very
for
much.
having me on. It's always fun to go and review this with you guys. So thank you.
Yes. And I feel for some reason I don't think this will be the last time we meet. Perhaps in the
Yes.
future there will be another meeting once again. But yeah, maybe.
No
Haha.
spoilers.
No. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. We are currently approaching very slowly 750 subscribers. If you're out there not subscribed and you like our reviews and our videos, please help us get to 800. That would mean a lot. But you guys who's already subscribed already, thank you so much. There you go, guys. That was our review of Praxeus. Thank you so much for watching. We shall see you next time. See ya.